Only touch greatness.
This is high definition of the Unconventional Kingz.
And this is Low Key, the wizard of the Unconventional Kingz. And we're on the Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Only Touch Greatness podcast.
I heard follow Rome as
so
well.
I wanted to say this though. With all those people you just said, Joey Cool, to Big Bro, shout out to X-Rated, and Lex Bratcher. Like, and it's funny, crazy, because when y'all was talking about it, I was like, that name sounds familiar. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. I've been had her on TikTok, and I was like, that was her all along. Like, how is it like working with Lex Bratcher? You know what I'm saying?
You have a song also, Follow Rome is one of your songs.
Yeah, because I remember like hearing an Eminem thing, and she just straight kills to this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he actually just did another record with Lex. Low-key just did one with her. We did, Ryan mentioned Follow Rome. I sang the hook on that, and Clay played a lot of ambient guitar on there because that's what Lex called for on that song. You know what I mean? And I think that's really the difference with him, is that you can get what you're asking for, and it's still not going to sound like what you hope for. It's going to sound better than what you hope for because you can get that out of that. But yeah, Follow Rome was dope because Follow Rome is Lex talking shit to her generation about their inability to be patient and their inability to just do the right thing. And to have me be who I am and sing a hook on there, like, would you believe if we could agree that every single one of us deserves to be free? To say that is, and have her standing there and be like, yeah, I want that on the record. You know what I mean? Lex is elite to us. So for her to talk to her generation and then ask us to play a part in that, that was dope. That was dope.
And working with Lex is great because she's a sweetheart. She's a fantastic person.
She records fast too. Jesus.
That's good. I was wondering about what my question was going to say. Tell us about her, but
because I heard so much about her because I was like, yo, man. And then when Crook was like, he's like, oh yeah, I was like, and it's crazy. I was like, Lex Bratcher. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy because this is how funny life is, right? And when you support, that's how, I love supporting people. Like y'all, for instance, you know what I mean? Because you never know until you actually meet people and you be like, wow, this the whole time? You know what I'm saying? And this was like, a couple of years ago. So it's just like, that's how good people could be when you see potential in people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of like I did when I picked up Prince and got him to join the show.
No, it's just it's the culture, man. When you love the culture so much, that's what you love seeing. Yeah. And basically, I wanted to say this too, man, because it blew my mind. Because when Bro, shout out to Bro again, he was like, "Yo, I got this friend who's on the Tech N9ne album, Asinine." I was like, "Oh no shit." First thing I did was straight to the damn album. I was like, "Oh, get over here." I was like,
you know what people don't, you know what people don't know? So that song, when he put me on Asinine, I'm just on the intro for I Don't Fit. Yeah. And I say, well, welcome to Asinine. And I laugh, right? So but what people don't know is that I wrote a verse to that song. I have a verse to that song, and it's on some shit that I posted before. And I still haven't ever done I think while I got these cameramen here, I probably should do it while I'm here. I should walk down the streets of Kansas City and rap it or something like that while I'm here. But yeah, that actually started. I've actually been on, it's weird because I haven't rapped on any of them yet, but I've been on like 4 Tech N9ne tracks. I was on 3 of the songs for on the most recent album too, on Bliss.
See, that's hard. And then seeing, you know what I'm saying, Low Key with Kingdom, and shout out to Joey Cool. Like, how is it just, having that type of moment, you know what I'm saying? You just tearing it up. Y'all both tearing shit up. Like, how is it dope to just be a part of that?
Man, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. It's It just justifies like all the years of, all the things you sacrifice to get good at an instrument, to learn multiple instruments and to study music, right? Like it takes a lot of time. And it just verifies your decision making, right? I made the right choices to do those things. Because I'm getting acknowledged by people that I think are like some of the greatest in the world at what they do, and they could have anybody in there rocking out, but it's me.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It just makes my heart grow bigger and then like want to like spread the love, it's an amazing feeling.
I got one thing I want to know about, and that's X-Rated. What's he like in person, man? Because I've been a huge fan of him forever.
Man.
X will tell you really quickly about his really special relationship that he has with time. So we were on a tour bus with X for over a month, but X was in prison for 26 years. So being confined to small spaces for him wasn't a big deal, but being confined to small spaces with a whole bunch of other people inside of the exact, He wasn't like he was in a cell. But what I can say about X is that if you're in a space with him for very long, he's gonna give you some perspective on something that you probably haven't looked at it from that perspective before. He's very well read. He's extremely, he's opinionated. But I don't think that he's closed-minded to understanding perspective. And I think that's why he's able to write the way that he's able to write. You know what I mean? Because if you really think about his life, he has one perspective. It's from inside prison. His formative years happened inside prison. His becoming a 25, those ages between 18 and 25, when you go out and do all the dumb shit, happened, that was prison for him. So now seeing him understand that he's got this shortened period of time to experience this earth, you can definitely see that his plan is to accelerate that. He's going to experience all of it. He's going to live where he wants to live. He's going to see the places that he wants to see, and he's going to work hard enough to get there to try to do it. So you see that in him, and you also you get a good glimpse at an interesting human being, man. He's an interesting human being because the persona that is X-Rated got created by a singular act for the most part in his life, something that happened in his life one time. He's confined to a space where he's got to tell a story about that life pretty much he's thinking he's going to tell that story for the rest of his life, right? He's not thinking that he's going to come out and be on an asinine tour with Tech N9ne in front of 2,500 people at some point in his life. He never thought that would be a thing. So yeah, it's really interesting to talk to him because like his situation, friends, he's an exclusively signed artist to Strange Music, but he owns Blockstar. Blockstar is a label, right? He didn't have to go and sign to Strange. He wanted to go play on a championship team. That's literally what he said. He said, I want to go play on a championship team, so I know how to turn my own team into a championship team at some point. So we could relate to him in that instance that this is what we do. We know that we're in the building block stage of things. And fortunately for us, he wanted to help us, give us a platform to go and share that stuff with his fans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was just within the last year or so did a song with Hatch 86. He makes music videos out in the Bay Area, and I'm pretty sure X-Rated had a song. And of course, I can't remember it now. Well, I'm just finished smoking, but
we just had a song mixed with X on it today.
Yeah.
We have a song with him called "I'm Free." It's got Kim Keys on it. She's singing. I'm just absolutely slaying this song. All the productions by Clay. It's really, really over the top production on the song. And it's probably the last time, and I bet you if you were to ask X this too, it's probably the last time you're going to hear him rap about becoming free. Because he's, you asked that question about him. What I can tell you about X, and he said this publicly and he posted it on his Instagram, is that now he has begun to go through the ultimate struggle of not wanting to perform music about killing people anymore. when your entire catalog has that in there in some way, but you're looking at your baby and you're looking at your woman and you're looking at the world that you live in, and you look around you and you go, man, that's just not the reality of who I am at all. You know what I mean? These people have decided that I'm this one thing, and it's time for me to move on. So if you've never really, I'm sure you guys probably delved into it at some point, but if you go back into that record of Prayer in Hell and just look at it from how he's explaining just his perspective on time on that record, you'll hear it a totally different way.
Right. Damn, it's crazy because it's just hearing that to let you know how much growth he done had, you know what I'm saying, while just, tuning in with a lot of people and then find out that, you know what, maybe it's a good time to, transition and figure out what else I want to do with my life and show other people that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? It's totally amazing. Like, for real.
A lot of this has to do with him. A lot of this has to do not necessarily about that, but it's about who I actually already am now. I mean, if you really look at who he already is, he is a former active gang member, right? But right now, he lives in a nice neighborhood in the Kansas City area with a couple of Mercedes in his driveway, and he got a baby that wakes up on his chest every day, and he ain't nothing like a gangster every day at all.
Right.
Like when he left the studio today, he said, "Oh, I gotta go run some errands for mama." That ain't gangster shit, you know what I mean? Compared to what people want. So,
being a human.
Yeah.
He looks happy.
Yeah, happy.
Yeah.
And that's what.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters for real, because especially coming up, like listening to X-Rated, you know what I mean, and listening to Brother Lynch and listening to cats like that, we want to see anybody, including y'all, you know what I'm saying, to become the better person and care about y'all, because as just lovers of music, you got to be genuine too, you know what I'm saying, and you got to learn that life can show you that you want to teach others. So, you know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? So totally understand that, salute to X-Rated, man, on that.
For real.